Okay, so we're looking for a solution to problem number 8 for the problem set, and let's walk that one through a little bit here. I'm going to do some drawing over here and watching over here. So it says f is continuous on a closed interval AB. Which of the following is necessarily true? So if we can find a counterexample, we've proven that it can be false, right? That's the trick. So the counterexample to A is pretty simple. If you take like f of x is equal to the absolute value of x, and you say that the interval AB is equal to -1, 1, then if I think about this, the absolute value of x looks like that guy, and I take this on the interval from -1 to 1, and my problem here is this guy. That point is not differentiable. I don't know what the instantaneous rate of change of the slope is at that point, so f prime of x, sorry, f prime of 0 does not exist. It would graph as a whole. So in 0 is definitely on the interval -1, 1. So this is a counterexample to A. So it's definitely not A. So let's look at B, right? B says that if it's a maximum, then the derivative has to be 0. So look at this one. Let's make f of x equal to negative the absolute value of x. There we go. Alright, so we're going to make the interval from -1 to 1 again. That guy graphs this way, right? It graphs like this. The maximum is here, right? So I go from -1 to 1. The maximum is f at 0, but f prime of 0 does not exist, which means that's not equal to 0, so B cannot be the correct answer, right? So let's get another space to work here. I like that. C, we're going to leave for a moment. Let's look at D. Changed colors. That's kind of fun. Let's go back to black. All right, D. D says f prime of 0 has to be true. So just let f of x equal to x, right? And we'll take that on the interval from -1 to 1. All right, so that graphs like this. From -1 to 1. This is definitely continuous on that interval, but the derivative, f prime of x, is equal to 1 for all x on -1 to 1. So it's never going to have a derivative of 0. So D's out. Okay. So why does C work? Okay, well, C works because this is what continuity says, right? Continuity says that the limit as x approaches x null of f of x, right, should equal whatever f of x null is, right? Well, think about this. What is the limit as x approaches x null of x, right? Well, if the function x is going to be continuous, we just showed that up here, right? So this is the same as f of x null. So this is actually has to be true by the definition of continuity, which we just saw a little bit ago in the notes. So C is our answer. So there we go. C8, the answer is C. I think that should be a pretty detailed walkthrough of that. And I hope it's helpful.